Breaking news in Oxford, where we are waiting for the start of a news conference about why authorities have released who was their main suspect, believed responsible for sending those ricin-laced letters to our nation's capital. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Richard Ransom.
I'm Claudia Barr. Kevin Curtis was arrested last Wednesday at his home in Corinth, but this morning was released from custody. Now, WREG's Dennis Turner is live in Oxford, where the news conference is set to start any moment now. Dennis.
Hey there, you're seeing Kevin Curtis walking to the podium right now, a free man after being released from custody from the U.S. Marshal Service. And he's coming to the podium now. We're going to hear our first wish from him. Mr. Curtis, how does it feel to be a free man?
It feels amazing. It feels wonderful.
What do you think about this experience?
Overwhelming, to say the least. It's overwhelming. I mean, I just got out and got a suit from my brother here and shoes that are a little too big for me. But
what happens now?
I would like to move on with my life and find out what normal is again and just be a father to my children. And
what have the last 3 days been like for you? Last four days?
The last 7 days, staring at 4 gray walls like Green Green Grass a Home tune. Not really knowing what's happening, not having a clue why I'm there. Just being in a state of overwhelm is the best way I can describe it. When you've been charged with something, you've never heard of it, ricin or whatever. I thought they said rice, so I said I don't even eat rice. So it's a learning experience for me and for my family, and you know. So I've prepared a statement here.
Come on up.
Let's turn around so that everybody can.
Kevin Curtis is now a free man after being released by the U.S. Marshal Service today. We're going to be hearing our first words from him and both of his attorneys, Christy McCoy and Hal Nielsen. Nielsen, the former FBI agent, with some special insight into all this. We'll set you up and get you ready for the press conference, and it'll be starting in just a couple of minutes. First, we'll be hearing from Christy McCoy.
Okay, let me take these off. Good afternoon. It is a good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I've given to some. If you do not have a copy, I think I made enough. I'm holding today the order of dismissal that dismisses the charges lodged against Paul Kevin Curtis. This has been a long, almost week. A lot of things have happened in the past week. There's nothing that any of us can compare to what Kevin has been through. But as you can see, he's here. He looks great. He is no worse for wear. Just to kind of give you a little background, I know everybody, we were a little bit evasive and vague this morning, and that was not necessarily by choice, but really to protect the integrity of the investigation. Some of the things that we had been investigating, talking about to the government, I believe, and I don't know specifics, I wish I did, maybe eventually we will, but the government was able to basically find another suspect who we believe is the true perpetrator of this heinous crime. It is my understanding that all of these federal agencies, the Capitol Police, the FBI, Homeland Security, Secret Service, mail inspectors are all in Tupelo at Mr. Dutchke's house and have been there since early afternoon. That, as obviously you know, in the order it states that the ongoing investigation has revealed new information. So obviously things are dismissed. It is dismissed without prejudice, which doesn't really mean anything to us, but we're just thrilled. We are so happy. I believe the government in this case, I have to say they worked extremely hard. I was a little scared yesterday when I found out that there was nothing in any of the searches, but they were still planning on pressing forward. I have to admit I was a little bit, scared because yeah, exactly. I'm scared, he's terrified. But they were looking at other theories, and for that we are so grateful. In 20 years of this, at times it seems like that sometimes law enforcement will get on one angle and stay on that angle no matter what. And I'm so happy to say that that was not the case here.
Do you think you had a part in that? Because you were pushing hard about Mr. Dutschke yesterday.
I don't know if I did or not. I'm told I'm fairly aggressive in court, but
just tell them.
Seriously, do you think you nudged him in that direction?
Maybe. Maybe anything. I mean, I knew last Thursday that I just knew that Kevin had not done this. It's one of those things that, you just know. And I'm so thrilled. And I do want to say, and Kevin has said this to me, he was treated so well by the federal authorities and the agents who interrogated him. We have had nothing but professionalism throughout. And I think that needs to be said, because I don't want people to look at this as, oh, huge mistake or whatever. They went where the evidence led at the time, and then they realized that that was a dead end, and then they went to where the true evidence was. At this point, I would like for Kevin, I guess, to read his statement, or do you want to go?
No, that's
okay.
fine. No,
We're going to let Kevin read his statement, then Hal has a statement, and then we'll take any questions. So without further delay, Kevin Curtis.
Thank you. I would like to thank all my family, friends, and fans for their love and support over this past week. But most importantly, I would like to thank Jesus Christ, who has been and will always be my best friend, my bodyguard, my teacher, and my almighty judge. Divine intervention led this amazing, beautiful, blonde, blue-eyed angel to my jail cell through my daughter and a connection with her friend. And just like I've always said, my daughter has a direct link to Jesus. He listens to her, he listens to her prayers. And she said when she heard about this, she felt chills. She knew she had to do something. And to my rescue, she came. And for the first time in 13 years, I have had real representation from an attorney at law. And I'll be honest, I haven't had a lot of faith in attorneys. I've went through 20 or so in the last 13 years, and I will never let you go. That came from the heart. I didn't write that. I want to also thank Senator Roger Wicker for his kind words about me in the press, and for the record, I have always felt that he is a good and an honest man. I respect President Obama. I love my country and would never do anything to pose a threat to him or any other U.S. official. This past week has been a nightmare for myself and my family. My mother has suffered, as well as my children. I would like to get back to normal, which for me means being the best father that I can be to my children, supporting my favorite charity, Save a Life Foundation, and entertaining through my music. Thank you.
I don't have much more to say, but as all of you are aware, there's anything more worse than an individual being falsely charged or something, or having to go through what Mr. Curtis has gone through here. And we're just elated and blessed and very pleased that the government saw what Chrissy and I saw from the very beginning of this case. And we're very happy he's out.
Al, you're a former FBI agent. What did you think about this?
All right, so we're wrapping up a news conference there in Oxford. You heard Kevin Curtis, the former suspect in the Ricin case, feeling vindicated tonight. Yes. That he has said all along that he was innocent. His family said the same thing, and now the feds say, you're right.
He's in his brother's suit. He says the shoes are a little bit big. He looks good. He says he feels good. And he said he didn't know